welcome to another edition of Eric's Product Reviews, brought to you by hollywoodfrodo.com. I am Eric, and today I'm really excited to introduce you to one of the most fun games I've ever played. It's a game called Munchkin, and it's been around for a pretty good while, but I think a lot of people still have never heard of it. I had not heard of it until some friends of mine introduced it to me earlier this year, and I've since introduced it to other people who had never heard of it, and everybody who learns the game loves the game. It does take a little bit of time to kind of understand it and get it, but once you do, it is just a really fun game. As it says, the object is to kill the monster, steal the treasure, and stab your buddy. And that's what's great about this game. It's basically a card game, but what's so fun about it is that part of the object is to reach level 10. Whoever gets to level 10 first wins, but there's two parts to that. Part one is you trying to get yourself to level 10. Part two is you trying to keep everyone else from getting to level 10 before you. So in that vein, you're able to not only do things that help yourself, you're able to do things that hurt other people, and it just becomes a really fun, very interactive game. I'm going to show you a little bit of the game. There's no way I could fully explain how you play the game. There are a large set of instructions that explain everything, and it's a little bit, it's a lot. And it does take some time to get used to it, but once you get it down, it's such a blast. And they tell you right here, there's conflicts between the cards and the rules. When there are conflicts, the cards win out against the general rules. Also, if there are any disagreements about the rules in general, then you can fight about it and decide amongst yourselves what the rules is going to be. Some of the rules are a little bit vague, which makes it more fun because it's interactive. So it's a great group game. The standard game is for 3 to 6, but there are expansion packs you can add on to it to make it fun for up to 8 players. And you basically have 2 sets of cards. You have your treasure cards, and you have your what's called door cards. Basically what you're trying to do when you play this game is you're trying to kill monsters, which allows you to move up a level. But sometimes you get treasure cards that will allow you to move up a level as well. And so with these cards, you're creating your character. You can have a race and you can have a class. When you start off, you're a human race because you're a human. But if you get a race, then you become that race. So now I'm trying to find a race. Let's see if I can find a race here. So I can show you. That is a class. You can have races and you can have class. So this is class is the cleric, and each class has their own kind of abilities, things that they can do. Same thing with races. Different races have different things that they can do that improves their ability to win the game. Sometimes they also have different weaknesses. For example, here's a race. This is the race of halfling, which if you're a fan of Tolkien at all, you know what that is. But there are benefits to being a halfling, but then there are other benefits to being other things. And you have the class, you have the race. And then you get items that you can carry in your hand that help you out along the way. Things like swords or armor or shoes, and you're building your person. And the more of those kind of things you have, the stronger you are, the better you're able to fight strong monsters. So here, for example, here is one of the monsters. This is a level 6 monster. It is the Shrieking Geek. And if you haven't caught on by now, this game is full of comedy and sarcasm as well. So that makes it fun too, because even the cards are funny. What things do are funny. So it is a game where it's like a serious card game, but at the same time you're laughing a lot and just having a good time. So when you pull a monster, whatever your level is, you have to be it has to be higher than the level of the monster in order to beat it. And that's based on your race, your class, the items that you have, the level that you've already achieved, and then as well as possibly some treasure cards you might have that are fun and help you out. Here's another monster. This is a large angry chicken. So it's a level 2. And it says fried chicken is delicious. So you get an extra level if you defeat it with fire or flame. So there you go. It's funny, it's a fun, it also, you get an extra level. So a lot of crazy cards in this game, a lot of things that are just a whole lot of fun. Here's level 2 flying frogs. Here's a card you might play against somebody, humongous plus 10 to monster. So someone else at the table is about to battle a monster and they're about to beat it. You can throw this down to add 10 to the monster to try to help the monster beat them if there's someone who is close to winning and you don't want them to win. So that's how the game is played. Let's see, well, that's not all the rules, but that's just a very general idea of how the game is a whole. Some of the treasure cards, just go up a level card. Here's the sandals of protection. That's the armor I was talking about, things you can have. Here's plus 3 bonus, pantyhose of giant strength. So if you can use this as a bonus to give you strength as an item that gives you your warrior strength. However, it's not usable actually by specifically the class of warrior. So if your class is warrior, you can't use this. So each card gives you the rules and explains, what that card does. So lots of fun stuff. I'm trying to find something different here. Oh, here's a pointy hat of power that ups your points by 3. But it's usable by the wizard only. So if you're a wizard, you can use this. If you're not a wizard, you can't use it. So that's just a very general idea of the game. But it is a really, really, really fun game. It's one of those games I kind of thought at first it might only interest people who were like super fantasy geeks, but we introduced this to a couple of friends of ours who aren't really sci-fi fantasy people at all. But they love games. And once they understood the game, once they learned how to play, they fell in love with it because it's just a fun game. It's as fun as any card game you've ever played. There is a learning curve, so I'm going to warn you. You have to sort of play through it 2 or 3 times, I would say, with the rules in hand and constantly referring back to the rules so that you can fully understand how the game works and what you can and can't do. Once you've played, I'd say 2 or 3 times with a couple of people, with the rules and referring to the rules, you get it down. And once you get it down, it's awesome. It's a fun game. The game is available on Amazon, of course. This, again, is the basic Munchkins, the original, and there are, I think, 8 different expansion packs. So the expansion packs just add more to it, make the game even more fun with more cards. So you can get those. There are also completely different versions of the game. So besides the Munchkin game, which is, I guess, more based on the fantasy genre, there's a version that's more based on like Star Wars, Star Trek version, space version, you could say. And I think there are 2 or 3 levels with that game. Then there's one based on zombies, and I think there are 3 or 4 expansion packs with the zombies. There's one based on the Wild Wild West. And there's several, I think there's a couple based on superheroes. So besides the Munchkin game, base game, there are several other versions of the game, all made by the same company, so all similar play. Some of them have slightly different rules, but all lots of fun as well. Anyway, that's the Munchkin game. Again, it's one of the most fun games I've played in a long time. That's why I wanted to make sure I recommended it to you guys. You can go online and read the reviews about it. You'll see everyone reviews it very highly because it just is, it's a blast. So I highly, highly recommend you check it out. You can click that link, the link I'll have in the description, to hop over to Amazon and read more about it yourself. Anyway, that's going to be it for this review. It's kind of hard to review a game, I can't, other than, recording me playing it with my friends for like 4 hours, which would be boring to watch. But I just wanted to give you that brief sort of description, explain it, and just tell you all about it. So maybe pique your interest and you can check it out. Anyway, that's it for this review. If you like this review, hopefully you do, click that like button. If you know anyone who might be interested in this game, anyone who's interested in games at all, share this video with them because they're going to want to check this game out. You can do that on Facebook, Google+, Twitter. All those fun ways are down there. Check out all my channel for all my other product reviews. Of course, most reviews I do are more products like appliances and gadgets and electronics and things like that, even dog product reviews. So you can check those out. And if you have an Android phone, check out my Android app review playlist. And if you are a big tech geek, then you might want to check out my Tasker tutorials and my Android car tablet playlist, because those are kind of cool if you're into that kind of stuff. Anyway, that is going to be it. Until next time, so have a great day.